أحبائنا المشاهدين، بنحب نرحب بيكم في حلقة جديدة من برنامجكم علاجك في بيتك. والنهاردة هنبدأ بالجزء العملي المحبب للجميع، وهو أنه هنتعلم إزاي نعمل تدريب بسيط جدا وتدليك بسيط جدا لإيدينا حتى نقدر نتخلص من آلام اللي في الجسم، أو لو عندنا أي مرض صعب أو عندنا إنفلونزا بنكون مش مرتاحين حتى نعمل تدليك لبقية جسمنا. فبس هنشتغل على الكفين النهاردة، وهنشوف النهاردة دكتور جويس. نحب نرحب بيكي في البرنامج معانا، وهنشوف هتقولي لنا إيه النهاردة. ونحب نرحب بلويسا كمان معانا، أهلا وسهلا بيكي. خلينا نشوف دكتور جويس هتقولي لنا إيه النهاردة عن تدليك الإيدين.
Well, first we're going to pray, right?
أكيد.
Okay. Would you like to do that?
أمين. إلهنا القدوس، بنشكرك يا رب لأنك أنت اللي عملت كل الأساليب السهلة والبسيطة اللي بتنفع مع أجسادنا، وأنت اللي خلقتها وعارف إزاي بتشتغل. بنطلب منك يا رب أنك تكون مع دكتور جويس وهي بتعمل العلاج بالتدليك للإيدين للويسا، وتكون مع لويسا حتى أن هي تقدر يا رب تستقبل الطريقة البسيطة دي وبشكل فعال في إيديها وتتحسن بأي شكل بأي صورة من الصور. بنشكرك يا رب على عنايتك لينا وعلى عنايتك بأجسادنا وعلى الطرق البسيطة اللي أنت بتديها لنا، وإحنا واثقين يا رب إنك الأول والأخير الشافي في التريتمنتس اللي بنعملها. بس حابين نتعلم منك أكتر، وبنطلب يا رب إنك تبارك يا رب كل الأشخاص اللي بيحاولوا يجربوا الطريقة دي وتكون معاهم. كل ده يا رب نطلبه في اسمك العالي، آمين.
Thank you. So, Louisa, what I'm going to do is just spend some time massaging your hands, and hopefully the people at home can see how easy it is, and anybody can do it. And it's very, very nice to help a person relax. If you're visiting somebody and they're depressed or sad, it's a nice thing to do. Now, when you visit somebody in their home and they're sitting in a chair, you can take their hand just like this and just start using your thumbs. Just put a little pressure, maybe a few circles like this, and just go over the whole palm. Now Louise is helping me, but you can just relax and rest it on the table.
حضرتك ذكرتي كمان دلوقتي إنه بيساعد على إنه نتخلص من الإحباط.
Now, since she's in the bed, and it's easier for the camera to see what I'm doing, I'm going to raise it up like this. And this is something else you can do if they have a table nearby. You can just have them rest their elbow on this, and it's the same basic movement. Now, I have some cream over here, but you don't need cream. You can just do this without any cream. Just make sure you cover the whole palm. Used to be when I watched somebody massage somebody else, I would get very relaxed myself.
ده هيشجع الناس تدي كمان التدليك ده للآخرين، مش بس هم كمان يعملوه لأنفسهم.
And actually for the therapist who's giving the massage, at least for me, I get very relaxed as well when I give a massage. So both of us benefit.
هو كمان إحساس العطاء، إنك بتدي حد اهتمام بيدي راحة للنفس كمان، مش كده؟
So now I'm just going, alternating thumb, pushing the thumb and the next thumb.
نبدأ من الوسط وبننتهي على الأطراف، ولا مش بالضرورة؟ Or we should start with the middle and going?
It doesn't matter. If you're going to practice this a lot, it's just good to develop your own routine of where you're going to start. And so that sometimes I get so relaxed, I think, have I done this or that in the massage? But if you keep a routine, then you'll know, oh, well, no, it's not. It comes next. So it's very helpful.
بس في الغالب من الرسغ لغاية الأطراف نبدأ كده.
That's right. And sometimes that's where I start. I start down the beginning of the palm and then go up.
طيب
And then
مهم
we
ان
come back
نخلي
down.
الكفين في زاوية 180 درجة مش
Yes.
مفتوحين قوي
See,
أو
right now I'm not putting
مشدودين
any pressure either this way or that way. Although sometimes at the end I do a range of motion of the wrist to keep it flexible. Now sometimes people get a sore thumb, you know, and usually if you feel in this area, it may not be their joints. Well, many times they think it's their joint, but a lot of times it's just the muscle. They've been either squeezing lemons too much or something like that, that's overusing their thumb, and it's just the muscle is very tired. So if you just pinch it there, sometimes you can feel a little knot, and if you don't even feel a knot, they'll say, "Ooh, that hurts there." So do what we've done before. We'd say, just hold it. Have them take 3 nice deep breaths in and out, and then relax. And sometimes that pain will diminish and even disappear. So.
لأنه دايما بنستخدم الصابع ده على طول أي شيء بنمسكه
Yes, it's
لازم
used all the time for many things. So it gets tired and starts to hurt sometimes. So then for the fingers, we can squeeze and do little circles on. I like to do it between the joints because some people have sore joints, so I don't want to do that right on the joint. I try to go between on the little pads that are between the joints, and then I hold it taut and do some circles like 1, 2, 3 this direction, 1, 2, 3 this direction, and then you can just sort of slide off like that.
وكل ما كان التمرين بسيط ورقيق بيعمل طريقة فعالة أكتر، يعني ما نكونش عنيفين في الحركة
be
مع
gentle.
الأصابع.
Especially if, you know, find out if the person you are massaging their hand has arthritis, because then you're going to be even more gentle.
صحيح.
And always ask them how it feels. It feels okay? No pain? Okay, good. So again, we just go around and around and slide off. So in my routine, I usually start with the pinky and then work over to the thumb. Otherwise, I'll forget which direction I'm going.
مع الوقت نتعود على روتين معين ونقدر نبتدي نفتكره. بس حركات دائرية على الأصابع، موضوع كتير سهل.
And then what I like to do, because our hands are mostly like this, is to stretch out the hand. So what I do, I take my fingers and I intertwine it with her fingers. And then I just open them up like this. And then I relax so I can kind of close it and bring it back. And actually this movement of opening the hand and stretching the hand actually helps move the lymphatic system.
ممتاز، يعني مش بس كمان هو هيساعد على انه نرتاح، كمان بيساعد على الغدد الليمفاوية كمان انها تشتغل.
And sometimes I like to just, you know, pull on the shoulder a little bit.
ده بيعمل إطالة
Yeah,
لكل
it feels kind of
العضلات.
good. Sometimes it even affects, you can see the head move because it goes all the way up to the neck. Now, on the back of the hand, you have to be very careful with somebody with very crepey, older skin. So for somebody young like this, I can put my thumbs in the middle and then just bring it out in a broad stroke. But for an elderly person, I would do one side and then the other.
عشان الجلد.
Because one of my instructors for massage said that she had an elderly person and she was doing this and it actually tore her skin. Yeah, so you can imagine how bad that was. So always be careful with that one, with somebody that has very sensitive skin or elderly people.
مرات كمان في ناس بيكون عندها لحم أكتر من هنا فنقدر ندوس أكتر، ومرات بيكونوا العروق بتكون باينة زي كده فبنخلي بالنا من الجلد أكتر.
So at the end, you can do some range of motion, like I showed you before. And just going around. Getting the wrist to go around. And other side.
خلينا فاكرين انه دايما مش كل الاشخاص متعودين يعملوا الحركة دي او ان هم يعملوا اطالة، فنكون بنعملها بهدوء مع الشخص اللي لسه ما تعودش على الاطالة حتى ما نأثرش عليه بالسلب.
I have a lady that I give treatments to, and she doesn't have very good range of motion, so I don't do the circle thing with her. I just do like I do back, and I do down, and then I go side to side, very gently, and that gives most of the range of motion there, but
بيأدي نفس الموضوع بدون
not so much.
ما يكونش جامد.
So how does that feel? You feel relaxed? Yeah. Okay. So, and you can also broaden the palm like that with your thumbs. Actually, basically anything you do with the hand, as far as putting a little pressure, bringing your thumbs across, it feels good, and it's very relaxing. So we're going to uncover one of her feet. And I have some cream here. You can do a lot of the massage without cream, but I've chosen to use a little bit of cream today. So I'll just spread it. Thank you. And I always like to start with the ankle. Just all around the ankle. And then each of these toes has a tendon that attaches to a muscle in the leg. And so I like to bring my thumb is underneath and my fingers are on top. And I just like to bring my fingers between those tendons there. Again, this is a very relaxing massage for people. A lot of my clients think, well, they like the back massage too, but the next best thing is the foot massage. So each of the toes, we can just do little circles on them. I like to bring my thumb across right underneath the toes. And you could also bring your thumb between the toes. See, Louisa has very clean feet, and that's what you want. If you're going to massage somebody's feet, sometimes you can go ask them to wash their feet before you start. It's more beneficial to them and, of course, to you. So I'm using my thumbs here like little pushing all the way over, alternating right, left on the ball of the foot here. And you can cover the whole foot this way. And if you, again, like other places, if you find a place that's tender and a bit sore, just hold that place, have the person breathe in and out for at least 3 deep breaths, and then to breathe naturally. And many times that will diminish.
طيب بالنسبة للمكان اللي حضرتك بتلمسيه دلوقتي، مرات ناس الأعصاب هنا بتكون كتير حساسة، وممكن ما يستحملوش اللمس هنا. نحل الموضوع ده ازاي؟
Sometimes you can have them wear a sock or put a sheet or a blanket over it and still be beneficial to them. Many times when somebody's ticklish, it means their muscles are very tight, very tense. And they really need to be relaxed. But
فده هيساعدهم أكتر كمان.
if it's going to be uncomfortable, then you just would avoid the foot.
هل في سرعة معينة نقدر أو تون معين نقدر نشتغل عليه بحيث إنه ما نخليش الشخص يبقى مش مرتاح وهو بياخد التدليك ده؟
Well, it depends on the person. If it's really a stress to them, I just avoid it and work on the hand. Usually the hand isn't ticklish. Now with the heel, it's real easy. I just put it between my, what we call the thenar eminence, and I just squeeze like that. How's that feel on your heel, Louisa? Good. And then you can change to the other hand. And then using a soft fist, you can just go up and down the bottom of their foot. And then along the side of the foot, you can do something I call like a pinch. I take my index finger and my thumb and I just kind of squeeze it along the edge here all the way up. And you can intertwine your fingers and just do a broadening stroke with your thumbs. Some people have a problem with their arch of their foot is not
curvy.
It's flat.
Flat.
And what happens is their foot turns in and that makes their knee turn in and they start having knee pain. So in order to help take the stress off of that, and all of a sudden they get heel pain right there too, because this is being stretched. So sometimes wearing a orthotic or a arch inside their shoe really helps that. And also learning to put more of their weight when they're walking. You should put your weight evenly on all the foot, but sometimes it's all over here. It's all where the big toe is and hardly any over here. So you have to pay attention to put your weight over on the small toe too, and that lifts your arch, straightens your knee up, and it really is effective for people. What I like to do too is you have this joint here for all the toes, so I like to move that joint as my thumb comes down the foot. You can feel the tendons and the muscles moving under your fingers. So that stretches that out very nicely. You can do that for all the toes.
ده هيساعدنا كمان عشان نقوي العضلات اللي موجودة هنا اللي هي صغيرة، حتى ما يكونش عندنا بعدين شد عضلي مرات بيكون في الرجل كتير. نقف أكتر ونشتغل كتير وإحنا واقفين أو طول الوقت رجلينا في وضع معين، بيساعدنا إنه نتخلص من الكرامب دي كمان.
If a person also has what I talked about is this plantar fasciitis, where the fascia here is stretched and pulling on the bone, the person can have put a small bottle of water in the freezer and freeze it, and then roll it back and forth on this part of their foot, and it's very comforting to that pain.
مرات فعلا بنصحى بس من النوم كده مجرد ما نحط رجلينا على الأرض بيبقى فيه زي كهرباء شوية زيادة أو منمل نحس فيها تنميل.
And also they can do some exercises, because stretching out the calf, behind the leg here, this muscles behind the leg can really help so that this isn't such a problem, because that's part of the problem is that muscle gets very short and it pulls on this end. as well.
أنا عندنا مثل بمصر، راحة الجسم بتبدأ من القدمين.
Yeah, if your feet hurt, you're hurt all over, right?
بالظبط. فمن أسهل الطرق اللي ممكن نعالج بيها أغلب أجزاء الجسم إنه بس نعمل تدليك بسيط للأقدام. وأكيد حابين المشاهدين بتوعنا يكونوا مرتاحين وأجسامهم في أحسن حال، فبننصحهم يجربوا معانا التدليك للقدمين.
Now, of course, just because we have a time limit here, we just did one hand and we're just doing one foot. But of course you want to do the same
نفس الشيء
thing on the other side. Yeah, very important. So this bringing the toes back and forth really softens that area. And
نقدر
really
كمان
helps.
نعمل للأطفال ده عشان نساعدهم يناموا.
Yeah, we could.
تقريبا لويسا يعني نص نايمة دلوقتي.
And as we did with the fingers, going around in a circle and then coming off, we can do the same thing with our toes.
تقريبا نفس
Yeah, just like
الأشياء اللي في
that.
الإيدين
Yeah.
نقدر نعمله في القدمين.
I also like to kind of loosen up the bones, so what you can do is, especially at the end, it kind of wakes everybody up, you know. So we like to do this toward the end, it kind of wakes everybody up. And it gets all those bones that are in the foot very flexible. Also, we can do something like we did on the wrist with the ankle and do some range of motion on that as well.
خلينا نفتكر كمان انه في اشخاص ما عندهمش الامكانيه ان هم يعملوا الاطاله للاخر، نبتدي بس بحركات ابسط وبعدين نقدر نزيد من القوه. Let's be careful about the people who's having a problem with stretching.
Well, especially if they've had a sprained ankle or something. That might help if they're in the recovery stage and you need to stretch out their muscles. But of course, you'd always ask them and really make sure that it's not too painful. So
كمان
there we are.
بتدفي القدمين فبتدي راحه للجسم.
Yeah.
وبهنا أعزائنا المشاهدين بتنتهي حلقتنا معاكم النهاردة، وكان معانا التدليك للإيدين أو الكفين والقدمين. وأحب أنتظر منكم الإيميلات بتاعتكم اللي بتظهر قدامكم الإيميل على الشاشة دلوقتي. تابعونا مع حلقات جديدة إن شاء الله من برنامجكم علاجك في بيتك.